Welcome back to Psalms today, looking at Psalm 27. Beautiful psalm, Psalm of David. David's in a difficult situation and he's crying out to the Lord for several things. Okay, so right at the end, as he finishes in verse 14, he says, "Let your heart take courage, wait for the Lord." So obviously there's a sense of threat. Right at the beginning, the terminology is repeated or is used there as well. The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? That word life, I believe, translates the word heart in the original. So there's heart at beginning and end. There's adversaries described in kind of a verse in or two from there. But I want us to zero in on the center of the psalm. We're going to notice some consistent vocabulary, but also we're going to allow that to drive us with a point of application that I think is really worth seeing. So when we look to the center of the psalm, let's go right down to verse 7. Here's the sort of the hinge, if you like, right in the middle, where he's crying out to God. "Hear, O Lord, when I cry aloud, be gracious to me and answer me." So David, under great threat, is crying aloud to the Lord. Notice some of the terminology in the verses around this. He talks about seeking after, that he might dwell in the house of the Lord. He talks about being hidden. Hide me, he will conceal me. Another term kind of saying the same thing. And so there's this seeking in order to be hidden, sort of a security, safety desire. Notice the language after the request. You've said, "Seek my face." My heart says to you, "Your face, O Lord, do I seek." Hide not your face from me. So there's that seeking and hiding, both sides of the central cry of the psalm. And that's worth seeing, and it's worth dwelling on, right? That our God is greater, our God is stronger, that whatever the threat may be in the world, however overpowering or overwhelming it may seem, and I'm sure that watching the news over the past couple of years and over the past few days, I'm sure that we're unsettled, right? There's a sense of danger in this world and uncertainty. And so the fact that God is big and powerful, a shelter that we can hide in, is a wonderful thought. Don't miss it. It's important. It's a big theme throughout the Psalms to take refuge in our God. But this psalm is explicit about something else as well. God is not just the biggest and the kind of baddest, ugliest kid on the playground, therefore hide behind him. That's not the case at all. God is big and powerful, greater than any foe in this world. And that's important, but look at what David is actually asking in verse 4. "One thing have I asked of the Lord, that will I seek after, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to what? To be safe? To be secure, to survive? No, he says to gaze upon the beauty of the Lord and to inquire in his temple." You see, it's not just the safety aspect because God is strong. There's also the relational aspect because God is good. That's so important to see that David doesn't just crave safety. He recognizes that his heart was created to relate to the wonder of this God. And so this language here of seeking and hiding that seems to be kind of safety focused, you get this verse right in the center of that, or in the flow of that, to gaze upon the beauty of the Lord. And then when we come down here, it's seeking his face, and there's a heart response, and yes, your face, your face, your face, all the way through there. You see, David recognizes, and we need to recognize too, that God is not just strong, therefore we take refuge and hide in him. He's more than that. He is wonderful. He is beautiful. His character, his heart shines through his face towards those who will seek after him. That's our privilege. And so no matter how bad the news may be, let's allow Psalm 27 to remind us of where we will find not only safety, but also satisfaction, where we can find the one that we were created to enjoy. That's Psalm 27. There's plenty more there. Please read it through, find all the blessings that you can, and then share them with others. Really mean that. Please comment below, but also text a friend, phone somebody, speak to somebody, share what God is encouraging you with from his words, so that that encouragement can spread. See you next time for Psalm 28.